Hey, it's Molly. Welcome back. I'm glad you're here. We're going to do a deeper dive into the energies of Jupiter in Pisces, which will be moving quickly throughout early 2022 as Jupiter will re-enter Pisces in late December 2021 and move through all 30 degrees of Pisces in under 5 months. And so by the middle of May 2022, Jupiter will move into Aries, where it will stay. Then it will retrograde back into Pisces about late October into middle of December 2022. I'll put these dates below. But what we have here is a very interesting theme emerging with transiting Jupiter. Typically, Jupiter will spend a full year in each astrological sign. So it would spend a full 12 months in Pisces. But that's not the case at this time in 2022, where it's only spending 5 months and then coming back for just a few months and hanging out at the end of Pisces. So this is a very interesting energy cycle. It's unusual, and I wanted to talk about it a bit more so that you can apply it to your chart. So with these videos, my intention is to give you information that you apply to your own natal chart, and you can see the cycle of energy as it's moving through your chart, what it's activating, opening up, and what some of the potentials might be for you. So Jupiter is about expansion, growth, higher wisdom, what we're learning, what we're really moving through that supports us. It is known as being the planet that exaggerates. It is known as being the planet that reveals our opinions, our judgments based on our experiences. Jupiter is where we understand that there's always more to understand. There's always more growth that we can experience. And so as it moves through each of the 12 astrological signs, Jupiter is changing clothes and stepping into the intentions and energies of that sign. So in Pisces, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. And so it is about completions, karmic understandings, letting go, release, what you're ready to transmute and be done with in order for the next beginning to happen. And that next beginning occurs in Aries. So with Jupiter moving through Pisces, it's going to open up more of our spiritual understandings, more of what we've really been moving through, some more intuitive messages around our lessons, our experiences. This could be relationships, this could be anything in your life that maybe you've been looking for that final piece, that sense of what's this been about. Jupiter comes through, opens up our intuition, expands our senses, gives us more energies to connect with that can help bring a fuller picture together. And because of this, we can have these, oh, I get it now. We can see and feel something from a higher vantage point. Now, Pisces can also be about the energies that we need to surrender, where you surrender what you want and you instead trust spiritual will. And Pisces is an energy of duality, where we have the energy of the human will, the human spirit, and then spiritual will. And what you're learning as an energetic being in this physical reality, Pisces is the energy of surrender it, give it up. It's going to be more when you do so. It's going to be more beneficial. It's going to give you more insights and more wisdom. But this is where we're really learning to trust, and we're really learning to have faith in what we can't see, but what we feel and what we sense. So as Jupiter moves through Pisces, and as it moves through quickly, It's going to open up more of our abilities to trust ourselves, to listen to those messages, and to look at our own relationship with spirit, God, source, the universe, whatever you call it, and to look at how well you are trusting that part of your own energy and that you're tapping into where you are supported beyond what you can see. So Jupiter in Pisces is also about divine timing and things happening quickly and easily because your human self is not interfering. It's a bit like get out of your own way, step aside here, and let the energy come through, or let spirit come through and guide you. And that's going to lead you to even more than you could have perhaps created on your own. So divine timing is going to be very strong here with Jupiter in Pisces. And it's a fast moving energy. It starts in Pisces in the end of December and is done by the middle of May. So if you have planets or points in Pisces, and this could be your ascendant, descendant, north node, south node, part of fortune, whatever, in addition to any planets, that Jupiter energy comes through, and it typically has gifts for Pisces. It typically has gifts that expand that planet and expand the Pisces energy field. But the energy is going to move fast, and you'd want to be tracking on an ephemeris the degrees where Jupiter in Pisces is moving through, because you're probably only going to have a few days, 3, 4, 5 days, when the energy is the strongest, and then it moves on. And Jupiter's not coming back into most of Pisces. So it's fast moving. This means that if you're going to have, for example, a Jupiter return, which happens once every 12 years, that means your natal Jupiter is in Pisces. It's going to happen quickly. You're going to want to know those dates on your calendar because you're going to want to be aware of what that Jupiter return is bringing in. What resources, opportunities, invitations, again, divine timing. This is where it's really beneficial to track the planets and how they're working in your chart. Now, if you don't have any planets or points in Pisces, Jupiter in Pisces is still moving through a house in your chart, okay? So you'd want to look at where you have 0 to 29 degrees of Pisces in your chart. In this example chart, it starts in the 3rd house and goes into the 4th house. So you are going to be experiencing transiting Jupiter in Pisces through a particular house. And it's in that house that the energies are going to be beneficial, easier, fortuitous. This is where things can happen for you that you've been waiting for. You've been fingers crossed. I hope this comes through. Jupiter in Pisces tends to deliver what's for our best and highest good beyond what we thought, beyond what we perceived. Because this is, again, where that spiritual energy is coming through to reveal more of what would actually support you that maybe you didn't even consider. So as Jupiter is moving through a house or houses in your chart, it opens up the energies of those houses. So you'd want to know, okay, if Jupiter's moving through your 3rd house, that is communications, learning, daily activities, writing projects, communication opportunities, all of that expands. Then as Jupiter moves into the 4th house, it's a progression of energy that moves into the 4th house, and the 4th house is about your home, family, kids, your daily personal environment, and Jupiter brings in fresh energy into those houses. So you're tracking the transiting planets because as they move into a different house in your chart, they're going to open up a new energy in that area of your life. So this is why it's good to know your transits. Now, Jupiter moves as I said, through every astrological sign once every 12 years. Now, this energy is moving fast and is covering the full terrain of Pisces in under 5 months. Now, in 2021, we had Jupiter enter Pisces and go to 2 degrees. So if you have any planets or points at 0, 1, or 2 degrees of Pisces, that energy was activated and expanded for you. As Jupiter returns to Pisces and moves through it very quickly, it's only going to connect probably 1 time with any planets or points in your chart because of how fast it's moving. And again, this isn't typical because usually if Jupiter were to go retrograde in Pisces, it would cover degree points multiple times, but that's not the case here. So it's a fast moving Jupiter and you want to be aware of it because of how it brings in beneficial developments and support. Now, Jupiter then moves into Aries, and I'll do a separate video for you on the Aries energy. But what I found really fascinating is that after Jupiter goes to 8 degrees of Aries, it retrogrades back to 28 degrees, 48 minutes of Pisces. It returns to the final degree points of the whole zodiac. This is the points of ultimate completion. This is even the energy of a void. And Jupiter is here late October into December 2022. About 2 months. It's going to be at 28, 29 degrees of Pisces, the very end of the full 360 degree zodiac wheel. This is significant. This brings up endings, completions, karmic resolutions, what you're surrendering, what you've really cleared out, what you're done with. And it could feel like there is almost this acknowledgement from spirit around what you've learned, how you've spiritually grown, what you've healed, what you've completed. This could be some very big lessons that you've moved through. And towards the end of 2022, there could be some reflection on those endings, on those completions. This could be, it feels like a void, open space, where maybe there isn't something that's occupied that space yet in your life. But Jupiter's giving us an opportunity to just really absorb the wisdom, really be aware of how far you've come. And again, this could relate to karmic energies you've completed. This could be about some really big soul lessons and just finding peace, finding those moments of zen where you're able to really acknowledge what you've accomplished, what you've learned, how you've grown. And there's something here where, again, it feels like this void, like a clearing the decks. And it could be a really beautiful opportunity to be in that place of trusting what's to come next, the gratitude, and a sense of, I'm not alone. Not alone. Because that Jupiter in Pisces expands the spiritual connection. Where even when it's been really hard, really tough, really pulled you in and pulled you under, there's something where this energy can show you you've always been traveling with your higher self, or you've always been working with a divine energy, a divine presence that has supported you. And I feel like this energy here, October to December 2022, wherever those degree points are in your chart, 28, 29 degrees of Pisces, there could be something, again, beautifully timed that comes through, like a last minute gift or that unexpected present or that, wow, I didn't see that coming. But the energy has been accumulating, and it's kind of like spirit rushes forth and gives you like one more insight, one more thing to be aware of before going into the new starts of Aries. So it's a very interesting transiting Jupiter here. And if you can look in your chart and see where these energies are moving, it's going to help you connect some dots about what you're completing and moving on from. But again, Jupiter wants us to be gathering knowledge and gathering wisdom. So there could also be something celebratory here. And I hope you feel it as an energy of support, compassion, acceptance, unconditional love, like all these beautiful higher expressions of Pisces that we can be disconnected from at times. Now keep in mind that the planets in Pisces can also feel discouraged, defeated, overwhelmed, depressed. These are energies where there's too much stimuli happening in the real world. I need time to myself. So we can be highly sensitive. You could need more private space, private time. You might need something that is a healthy escapism, whether that is something creative or artistic, something that is about your spiritual gifts. This is where you want to be taking stock of what your energy is feeling and what you're sensing, especially if you're an empath or you're highly sensitive. You also want to be aware of your boundaries, because those Pisces energies, they just give. They're like, let me give you this, I'll give you this, I'll take care of you, to the point of depletion. It's that self-sacrifice that can be unconscious, where you're like, I'll do everything to support you, I'll do everything for others, and then you have nothing for yourself. So you want to have some clear energetic boundaries and know that it's important to say no. It's important to know when to say no, such as, oh, that sounds fantastic, I don't think I can do it. Or I would love to join you, I can't, I don't have time, I don't have space. Whatever the no is, that's one thing to keep in mind here with the Jupiter and Pisces, because it'll be really easy to say yes. It'll be probably too easy to say yes. But take stock of your own energy and where it's at and what is really best for you right now. So I hope this has given you some good insights into the themes and energies of that transiting Jupiter in Pisces. It's going to go by fast. So keep track of where it is in your chart, especially if it is conjunct any of your planets or points in Pisces. So I'll be back here soon with another YouTube video. We will go over Jupiter in Aries as well. And as always, thank you for joining me. I appreciate your comments, your likes, your subscribes, and I'll be back here soon to connect with you for more astrological knowledge.